Hi guys, I'm Molly, and welcome to the next episode of Molly's Green Adventures. So, as you remember, last week I went to the recycling facility for World War Project, and some of you have been asking me how do they get their clothes from companies. And so, to answer that question, as you remember, I talked about how they have institutional clothes and credential clothes. So, institutional clothes are the ones that come from companies, and they get them from a variety of ways. For example, one way is from charities. When you think of charities, so let's say battered women's shelter. So the point of a battered women's shelter is to help women get on their feet, and part of that is helping them find jobs. And so these shelters send women to organizations like Dress for Success or Attitudes in Attire, and these are organizations that have a bunch of suits, and so people donate suits to these charities. And so women come in and they pick out a suit to go to an interview in, but some of the suits that they get, sometimes they have holes, or sometimes they're stained, or maybe there's a broken zipper, and so they're not exactly professional enough to be worn to an interview. And so because Dress for Success can't do anything with that, World War Project steps in and they take those suits, and then if they're still wearable, they would either send them to a third world country, or they would tear them into rags and then sell those rags to companies who need rags, like hospitals, painters, construction workers. And then another way is they get clothes from disaster relief. So if you remember a while back, there was that incident in West Texas, and there was that big plant explosion, and a lot of people lost their homes, and they lost their personal belongings. And so a lot of people from all over donated clothes to them, but they got so much clothes and they don't even need that much. And because they had a lot of clothes and didn't know what to do with it, World War Project stepped in, took the clothes, the overrun of clothes, and then gave them a check for it. And so that check went towards buying food and diapers and just actual necessities that the people needed. And then that overrun of clothes that they didn't need, World War Project took and then either sent to third world countries or tore into rags. And then the last way is from retailers. So a lot of retailers, they have an overrun of merchandise that they couldn't sell. So let's say they have an item and it went on sale and they still didn't sell it, then it went on clearance. And then after clearance, they still have a lot of merchandise, and now it's old, it's out of season, and they can't do anything with it because they can't sell it anymore. So World War Project steps in and they take that merchandise and then they sell it onto their own websites online through eBay and Amazon. And so those are the different ways they get clothes from companies. And then their credential clothing, they come from people like us when we donate clothes to them. So last week, after I left the recycling facility, I went onto Facebook and I went to go like their page. So let's take a look at their Facebook page together. So let's go to their Facebook page. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And if you scroll down, look, there's a picture of me. They posted a picture from when I came to visit them. And then also, when I first went onto their page, I saw that they only had 125 likes. And now you can see they have 256 likes. So basically what happened was, when I liked their page, I invited a bunch of my friends to like their page also. And so after I invited all my friends, it looks like now they have more than double the amount of likes that they originally had before me. So part of that is me trying to increase awareness of the company. If you guys remember, that was one of my missions, was to increase the concept of recycling clothing, and then also to promote World War Project so people know about their efforts and their initiatives to recycle clothes. And so this is actually a pretty good way for me to track my progress. And so this is something that I'll probably start doing over the next few weeks. Every week I'll check back to see how many likes they have, to kind of give me an idea of how much impact I have on the community. And so from that, I guess I'll just keep checking in.